YouTube, you're failing me. It says it's live on YouTube, so I'm just going to go with it. According to my screen, it keeps cutting out and it's not connecting to YouTube, but there's a little button on the top of my screen that says it's connected. So we're just going to go with it. So let's see here. Make sure I hit all the right buttons to get us started today. Good morning, Lebanon area seniors. It's Rebecca from the Lebanon Senior Center here with you to do some chair chi this morning. Just a couple of quick reminders. I applaud you for showing up. Thank you for joining us today. No matter what your energy level or your ability level, you need to focus on the fact that you showed up and you are giving it a go. That is exceedingly awesome. Doing 5 minutes of some exercise is better than doing 0 minutes of exercise. Okay, so give yourself some applause, pat yourself on the back, whatever you need to do to stay motivated and be proud of yourself today. Okay. Do keep in mind that you hopefully drank a little bit of water beforehand. If not, it's not the end of the world. Just take it easy and make sure you maybe drink a glass of water after class. Got to stay hydrated. Even though you're not going to break a big sweat, you're not going to go run a marathon with me today. You can certainly make sure you're getting that water in. Your body will be working, even if it's doing it differently than it normally would when you think of exercise. Um, Chair Chi is based off of some principles of Tai Chi, a lot of slower, very methodical movements done very intentionally at a slower pace, really making the body work, connecting your mind and body to what you're doing. You're connecting your breathing to what you're doing. It really kind of sets the pace. That breathing is so important. Make sure you're breathing deep, filling even the bottom of your stomach. You really want to use your abdomen to really just pull in the air and really breathe out the air. Okay, we're just really trying to oxygenate our blood, and that'll help get our energy level up throughout the day. And do not compare yourself to other people. Oh, if you're at home, it's harder to do, right? But sometimes we're our own worst enemies. So don't criticize yourself for what you can and can't do. If your body says, this isn't feeling good, this hurts, this is more than I can do right now, stop, take a break, listen to your body over me. Okay. We might keep going and do a few more repetitions. That's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. So, you know, it's great. It's all about improving and growing in ability, getting stronger and healthier. So start where you are today, and maybe 2 weeks from now, you'll be doing a little bit more, and you can celebrate that victory. Without any further talking, I'm going to slide this chair out of the way and move to one I have back there. Because you notice we're doing a chair chi at the beach today. For all those stuck at home, I thought we might start changing up the scenery, having a little fun like we were doing Cherokee and some different locations around Oregon. So I hijacked some photos that are beautiful. I think this was gorgeous. I do kind of wish I was at the beach in this pretty day today. All right. So while I'm moving the rolly chair out of the way, I'm not going to exercise on the rolly chair. I do want to remind you to make sure you are in a chair that is comfortable for you to use, that has a nice um, firm seat to it. Okay. I've actually hijacked one of my kitchen chairs to be in here with me because it has a more stable base. Its height keeps my knees more at a 90-degree angle. Um, my office chair certainly does not. And I almost was going to have you guys read my shirt, but that's all right. It's one of the shirts that we handed out for folks that did the Alzheimer's walk with us last year. It says aging is an opportunity, and it is. And today, this exercise is an opportunity. We are going to go ahead and get started with our deep breathing, okay? So we're going to take 6 deep breaths again. Really want to expand your abdomen, not just breathe from your top of your chest, but we want to fill our lungs to capacity. So a deep breath in and out. Really push the air out. And again. And out. Inhale. And out. All right, bringing our hands in front of us. I got to kind of compete with this cord. Going up, breathing in. Nice stretch and down. Turning it to the front. Say one more this morning. Same when we go up. Gonna break our hands apart and rotate them around. Good job. Bringing our hands back to the center in front of us. We're gonna gently push our fingertips to one side. We're stretching out that wrist, ligaments and tendons in our fingers. If you're dealing with arthritis this morning, waking up feeling a little stiff, this is a good way to start getting those hands stretched out. Remind them that they work for you. They aren't the boss. Sometimes we have aches and pains. It feels like they are in charge instead of us. If she pops in, my cat's currently roaming around at the base of the chair. My apologies if you see a little black tail pop in. That's what's happening. All right, let's bring those fingertips straight back up. There she is. Right there. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn our fingers facing opposite directions, palms together. Slide till your fingers are able to link up, kind of like a chain link fence connected. You're going to give it a slight pull, okay? You don't want to let go of your fingers. Don't pull so hard you can't hold on. Pull, you'll feel the resistance in your shoulders almost immediately. You're wrestling with yourself right now. All right, and we're going to switch. Other hand on top. Sometimes we have a stronger, more dominant hand. Just want to make sure you give it an even shot so each one gets to be the leader. Good job. All right, we'll bring those hands back down to the sides. Let's do a little bit easy shoulder roll. Yeah. You know, a couple of ladies who are usually in our in-person class, this is their favorite thing. They really get into the shoulder rolls. You can do some forward, you can do them backwards. You can start really small and get them bigger. You can do one at a time, feeling a little bit more groovy. Get your dance on. Or you're the little engine that think you could. All right, beautiful. All right, we're going to take our head and it's going to fall gently to our chest. You don't want to strain. Don't try to force your neck to go further than it wants to. Just let it lean forward, let gravity hold on to it. Pull it gently. And then you can gently roll it to one side. And you can breathe in as you roll back the other way. Breathe out on your way back. And repeat. All right, and on our way back, this time we're going to go ahead and stop there in the middle. Lift our head slowly up. Good job. And we're going to let our head tilt to the side. If you want, you can take your hand and set your hand on top of your head. Just letting the weight of your hand add a little more resistance. You're not pulling, you're not trying to make your head go further, just setting your hand up there. A little bit hard for me to do because I've got my mic on. So kind of keeps my head from going as far as I would normally let it go. This side's a little bit easier. All right, hand on the head. Good job. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and take your hand off, lift your head back up. We are going to stretch out our shoulders in a different way. I'm going to start with my right arm. You start with your right arm or left arm. You're just going to sweep it across in front of you. You're going to reach up to that elbow and hug it in. You can pat yourself on the back for showing up while you're there, or maybe finish waking yourself up. Hey, 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 wake up. Don't fall asleep in class. Just stretching that shoulder out, top part of your back. Good job. All right, we're going to relax that arm back down. And of course, the other arm is going to follow right behind. We will hug that one in. And you can pat yourself on the back if you need to get a little credit for showing up to class today. You can give it to yourself. You did a good job. Way to get out of bed this morning. All right, you can relax that arm back to your side. Good. You feeling pretty good? All right, and we are going to reach across again. This time, instead of going for the arm, we're going for the opposite knee. Hi, Sassy. Someone needs to say hello. There she is. All right, and if you want a little extra resistance, you can grab on the back of your chair, your seat, whatever you're sitting on, just so you can get a little more twist in there. Somebody thinks this should be the Pet Sassy show. All exercise should involve bending and stretching to pet her. Guess when you're a cat and you're 15 years old, you can be that demanding. All right. Hi, sweetheart. All right. Oh, it feels so good. It's one of my favorite ones to do. Really stretching out our backs and our torsos, relaxing back to the front. Of course, we're going to go the opposite direction now. So you can swing that. I got to swing around and under this cord, grabbing the opposite knee. And again, I'm going to hold on the back of my chair to get a little more stretch out of myself. All right, relaxing back to the front. All right, let's go ahead and stretch our back. We're just going to do a turtle pose a little bit. We're going to take our hands and we're going to put them behind our back. Going to roll the shoulders back. Okay. You're going to try to work to bring your shoulders back further. But you're going to go ahead and lean forward and stretch out your neck. So the hands are going in the small of the back. You're pushing into the lower part of your back and pulling your shoulders back. All right, go ahead and relax those arms back down to your sides. We're going to head down to our legs and give them some attention. The first one we're going to do is, I know my feet kind of get cut off. I can't get out of screenshot enough. I'm stretching my leg out in front of me. Nice straight leg on the stretch there. And now I'm going to my other knees at a 90-degree angle. If you need a little support, if you're a little unstable, you can certainly hold one hand on your bent knee just for a little stability. If you're feeling really strong and balanced, you can certainly reach down with both hands. Otherwise, you can have one hand balanced, and with the other hand, you're going to slowly stretch, reaching down, trying to head for those toes. If you only go as far as your knee or shin, good job. If you can get all the way to your ankle, your toes, or beyond, you're doing awesome. I've had people ask if they need to have their toes pointed or if the foot should or ankle should be at a 90-degree angle. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Sometimes it depends if you're wearing shoes or if you're in your socks or bare feet. And don't forget to breathe. Some people in class in person, I hear breathing kind of stop a little bit. They think if they hold their breath, they can reach further. Don't do it. Your body needs the oxygen while you're moving and stretching. You might find after you hold that position for a moment that you can stretch just a little bit further. As all those soft tissues elongate as they're being stretched, you might find you can go a little bit further. Really stretching out the lower back parts of the leg. All right, as we're ready to come back up, you're going to take a deep breath. As you come back up, and you're coming back nice and slow. You don't want to come back too fast. If you got your heart lower than the rest of your body, sometimes you can get a little head rush. Blood pressure can be a thing. So just make sure you do it very slowly and very carefully and let your body kind of equalize as you sit back up. Of course, if you're blessed enough to come with two legs to class, we did one, but now we need to do the other. So I'm going to stretch out my left leg. It's going nice straight in front of me. And my right knee is bent at that 90-degree angle to give me some support. And I'm going to slowly reach down. Really reaching into the stretch, getting head butted by a cat because she thinks this is time to get lots of pets. If you have a furry friend roaming around your house, sometimes we have to shoo them away when we're trying to take the time to exercise ourselves. Or if you want to incorporate them in as a motivational tool, it's a lot more fun to think that you're spending time petting your pet instead of exercising, right? And again, if you can reach a little bit further after a moment, you go right ahead. That nice deep stretch, keeping that breathing going. All right, and a deep breath. As you come back to the upright position, bring that other leg back in. So now both legs are at a 90-degree angle. Good job. We had a nice stretch of those legs. We are going to do some things with our feet now. I'm going to use my hands to demonstrate. So my feet are sitting flat on the floor like this right now. And we're going to raise up onto our toes and back down. Up onto tippy toes, rolling back to the flat. Up on tippy toes, back to the flat. Up on tippy toes, back to flat. All right, you kind of get the idea. So we're going to continue to do that for just a moment here. Really starting to get those bottom of the feet stretched out. A lot of ligaments there. Trying to work the ankle a little bit too. And if you want, as you come up onto those toes, you can start squeezing your calf muscle very gently at first. I have some folks that sometimes have leg cramping issues. If you start trying to squeeze your calf real tight right away, give yourself a Charlie horse, a cramp in the calf, and those don't feel very good and can be very unmotivating, quite honestly. So make sure you go slow. Make sure you wake the calf up first, a little soft squeeze, and then you can do a little bit more. Okay. Very good. Kind of feels like you're rocking in a rocking chair. Yeah, I know. What we're doing is exercise though. All right, let's do one more. And down the flat of our feet. All right, I'm going to take my feet forward about an inch or two. So now our legs are in a 90-degree angle. They've extended just a little bit further. And with our feet flat on the floor, instead of coming up on our toes, we're going to rock back on our heels, flexing our feet to the sky. All right. Going to really try to flex those feet to where those toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Sometimes they'll say, like, you're trying to stretch those toes back to touch your shin. Don't worry, I've never had anybody do it. Thank goodness. That would be kind of scary to see happen. But that's what, if you're a visual person and need to, visualize yourself doing something, think about you're trying to do that. Trying to touch those toes to your shin. And always, always connecting your breathing to your movement. So as you bring your feet up, deep breath in. You let them down, deep breath out. In the beginning, it's funny how we think so much about connecting our breathing to our motion. After you do chair chi or tai chi for a while, when you're doing it, it's like second nature to connect your breathing to your movement. Let's do one more. Nice big stretch and relax it. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to stretch one leg out in front of us again. This time we're going to do a little ankle roll action. So you're keeping your foot just off the floor and you're rolling that ankle. You can go to the right, you can go to the left, whichever way you want to go. Roll those ankles just a little bit. And we'll set one down. And we're going to lift the other. Don't want to overdo it holding it in the air because we have some more exercises to do involve holding that leg in the air, and they won't appreciate it too much. There you go. If we overwork them ahead of time. All right, let's bring those feet back so they're under our knees. Our knees are kind of at a 90-degree angle. We are going to do a bent knee lift. So with our knees bent, as they are right now, we're just going to work on lifting one up off the ground, slowly sitting it back down because you're in control of that leg. And then we're going to do the other leg, lifting it up and setting it back down. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Very good. Some larger muscle groups at work. If you want to engage your abdomen a little more, you can lean backwards. You do have to make sure you're away from the back of the chair if your chair has a back. If you tilt back a little bit, start feeling like you're doing a crunch. Think about tightening your abs as you lift that knee towards you. All right, about 1 more on each side. 1 and 2. Good job. All right. All right. Now for the ones that our class tends to dread in person. They say they dread them. They say they're not their favorite, but I think they really like the results they get. They feel quite strong over time doing these. So they can poo poo it to my face, but I know the truth. We are going to do straight leg lift. So we're going to stretch our leg out in front of us. 1, I'm starting with my right leg, just kind of like when we were just stretching down, except this time my leg starts on the floor and I'm lifting my leg up. So my straight leg lift, or we call them anti-gravity leg lift. Because once I get that leg in the air, my goal is not to put it back down to the floor all the way. Okay, we're going to lift it up. We're going to slowly let it go down to the floor because we're under control. It's under our control. We aren't going to touch the floor though. We're going to lift it right back up. Slowly lowering it toward the floor, but not touching, and lifting it back up again. Now, if you get an inch off the ground, that's as good as you can do. That's awesome. If you're getting a foot off the ground, that's awesome. Wherever you are at today, however far you can lift it, that's where you start. Okay. We're going to go ahead and lift it up. Slowly lower. Coming back up. Deep breath in and out and in and out. In, out, in, out. See, one more big one, and slowly, 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 slowly to the ground. Good job. Woo! Now, if you need to shake it off, feel free to shake it off or slap around, make sure it recognizes it's still alive. Okay? All right. Now, if you need to readjust yourself, we're going to pick on the other leg. Admittedly, I have more problems with my left leg. It has been around the block with me and I've put it through a lot. So I generally can't get as high off the ground, and that's okay because it's showing up to class with me and it gets a workout anyway. All right, so when you're ready, we're going to lift the left leg up off the ground, lowering it, and up, and down. Let's do one more. I'm making this one work a little hard. And slowly, slowly, slowly to the ground. Oh, and just like I said before, if you need to shake it out, rub them out, give them some credit for working hard for you. Good job. Good job. All right. Hopefully you're feeling pretty good. Not overly exhausted quite yet. All right. So let's go ahead and we are going to jump into kind of a combined effort of some different exercises here. So we're going to pick up our chi ball. So chi comes from your core. Some people have a lot of energy. Some people have a little energy. It's okay. Wherever you're at today is where we're starting. And we're going to take that energy and we're going to show it off. If we were in class, I'd say to your neighbor. It's okay. If you don't have a neighbor, you can show it off to the walls. You're sitting upright and you're just twisting from side to side, carrying that chi in one hand. Doing really good. You get to this side, you can start rotating it. Oh. Our energy is precious. We don't want to drop it. But we're starting to take turns balancing that energy ball in our right hand and our left hand. Breathing in and out. Take the ball. As we're coming across to this side, you want to take that top hand. We're going to freeze in place. This top hand is going to brush past that hand, across the knees. I'm going to rotate that wrist so where now the palm is facing upward. And this other hand, my left hand, is going to reach across. Nice big arc over. Again, brush past that palm, past the knees, rotating, coming up. So we are brushing, reaching across, big arcing motion, brushing out this long mane of horsehair. This whole herd of wild horses showed up, and we've got to brush out all of their manes and tails. And if you can't do that big arm motion, if that's a little too much for you, do a smaller motion. Okay? It can be here. You can reach across here. That's okay. That's where you're at today. That's perfect for you. If you are feeling really strong and your shoulders feeling powerful and you can do a big reach, by all means, do the big reach. I love it when my hands disappear on screen. I swear it's still there. There it is. Sometimes I just have to slow down my movements a little bit more. All right, and this time when our hand reaches all the way across, we're going to pause in place, set our hand up perpendicular to our other hand, and our top hand is going to start leading the horse to water. Sometimes in class, we also jokingly refer to this as pass the baby. We got grandbabies, great grandbabies, and their parents can have a turn changing their diaper. You don't have to hold on to the baby to feel like you have to take all care of all of its needs. I hear that's the joy of grandparenting. Have fun and then pass responsibility back. You get to feed, you get to diaper. All right. Or if that wild horse has finally found a water hole it likes, you can stop leading it around. But to keep that water hole filled with water, we need to stir up some clouds. We could be a little more artistic. You'll break out the dancer in you, let those arms free flow. If you were the wind moving clouds around the sky, what might your dance look like? Beautiful. Beautiful job. All right, and chase one more away. Perfect. Let's bring our hands back down to the tops of our legs. Okay, so now we're going to do a different sequence. We changed the names of some of our exercises because my original chair chi class had a hard time connecting to some of the unusual names for movements. So we started calling the sequence and referencing it to taking care of an orchard because a lot of our seniors could relate to that being in an agricultural area. So last week we planted a tree and we're going to start off by seeing how big it grew. And our tree grew really, really, really big and tall. So tall because we've been taking very good care of it, raking up the leaves or giving that tree a big old hug. And since we're taking really good care of that tree, we get to go harvest from it. Let's say it's an apple tree. So we're going to harvest, lifting up the knee, reaching up with our arm to pick the fruit. And then we gather up that fruit to share with our family and friends, who in return have given us another tree to plant. Put the plant in the ground, and with our foot, we're going to do a circular motion like this, just off the floor. So we can tap the earth around the tree and make sure that new tree is in solid place. And the magic of our orchard is it grows so fast. It's already growing big and tall and turning into a gorgeous pear tree. Summer is upon us. There's just some things I can't wait for. So that tree will bring tall, and we're gonna take care of the leaves and give it a hug so that we can go pick again, pick those pears, very, very delicious pears, and gather up any excess of our harvest to share with family and friends who in turn give us another tree to put in our garden. And this one, we've also got to tap the earth and take very good care of. You don't have to do this with your hand. I do it because you can't see my foot. All right, there you go. And that tree also grows really, 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 really big. Very big tree. Oh, because we're taking really good care of it. So we get to go, how about we pick some cherries? We're going to go cherry picking. Pick those cherries because we've got to gather up the cherries to share with family and friends who very excitedly accept them and give us the gift of another tree to plant in our orchard. Very good. And down it goes. Good job. Let's do one more tree. So that tree is going to grow big and tall. Oh, so very tall. And we're going to take very good care of that tree. We are going to rake in all the leaves to use as compost because that walnut tree is ready for the picking. We're a little nutty around here, right? Got to pick those walnuts. We're going to gather up the harvest, share those extra walnuts with family and friends who, again, say thank you with another tree that we are going to plant in our orchard. Good job. All right. Excellent. Excellent job. All right. Your legs might be feeling a little worked at the moment. That's good. We like to end our chair chi exercise class with a little massage. Ha. Bonus. We're going to start our head. I have a hard time doing my head because of my headset, but you can rub or pat or polish, whatever you want to do, as long as it feels good. We're encouraging the blood flow that we got going by movement all the way out to our skin. Across the forehead, rubbing down my nose and across my sinus cavity is probably part that feels the most good. And you can rub up your face, up the neck, down to your collarbone. And then that stretch from the beginning of class, we're going to reach across, pull that arm in. This time while you're back there with your hands, you can rub any knots out of your shoulder. Yes. A little shoulder massage in there, relieve some tension and stress. And then we're going to come down our arm. My way down the outside, I'm coming up the inside, rubbing, patting, whatever feels good to you. Perfect. And we've done 2 passes. We're going to let that arm relax down for a brief second. But now it's got to go to work. I'm going to stretch it across to the other side because you've got to do the knots out of that arm. And you're hugging the arm to you so that your hand can get back there. Rub out any of those knots. And work its way down the outside of your arm, up the inside, and back down again, and up. Go back to the collarbone, our way down to our sides and our stomach. If it's good enough for my cat, it's good enough for me. There you go. Encourage your digestion there. Now we're going to work our way down to our legs. So once again, we're going to stretch one leg out in front of us, the other leg at 90 degrees, so you have a nice item to brace on. And we're going to start rubbing down the outside of our leg, working down to your ankle or as far as you can reach, and back up the inside of the leg. Again, you can do which of the techniques you like. You can rub, you can slap, I like to massage with my fingers, but it's whatever feels good to you. And I like to stop a little bit on the knee. It works really hard for me. Just give it a little extra rub. And then we're going to bring that leg back in. Okay. And then the other leg. Starting on the outside again. Breathing while you work your way down. Breathing while you work your way up. Good job. And again, taking a little extra time on the knee. Good job. All right, we'll bring that leg back in. And the final thing that we do is we do finish with some more breathing exercises. This time we will do some whole breaths. We're going to do 3 whole breaths like we did at the beginning of class. Then we're going to do some controlled breathing. I do use my hands to try to emphasize what I'm doing because you can't always hear me breathing the way that I am. But I reference it like blowing up balloons and letting air out of balloons slowly. So hopefully that imagery will also help you stay in touch. Exercising our lungs certainly can be something you do through cardiovascular exercise, but it can also be done through controlled breathing, really working to fill your lungs up really big, really emptying them out in different quantities can make you connect to your body. It can be very relaxing, really help reduce tension and stress and anxiety, but it's also just great for your lungs and oxygenating your body. So let's go ahead and begin. Deep breath in and out and in and out. Again, really taking super deep breaths, filling in your whole chest cavity and out. This time we're going to inflate a balloon. So a couple of breaths, 3 breaths to fill it up. and out. Again. And out. 3 breaths again. And out. All right, we're going to reverse that. So we're going to take a deep breath in to fill our lungs, and then we're going to let our breath out in 3 intervals. So deep breath in. Out. Good job. Back to those 3 breaths. Whole breath in and out. 2 more. Last one. All right, everyone. That doesn't have to be your last whole breath of the day. At any point, you need an extra boost of energy or a little stress reduction. Feel free to stop, center yourself, and take some deep breaths. It definitely is rejuvenating and can help clear your head. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining us on this lovely June the 9th with Lebanon Senior Center Chair Chi program. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye. Oh, and go drink that water.